Bigger people should be accommodated, just like we accommodate
so mad.
the LGBT.
This is so stupid. Stuff like this makes me fatphobic and racist. Like, I'm over it.
This is why people hate fat.
Hey everybody, this is Dean FM, Dean Fraser Milford, here for your creature comfort, and today I wanted to do another reaction video. This one's going to be reacting to obese rapper suing Lyft and insane fat acceptance TikTok by the one and only Amir Odom. And by the way, I apologize, in the last video I called him Omir. Believe me, it drives me just as insane as it probably drove a lot of you. Even if you're not in the conservative party, you were like, Dean, shut the fuck. We're gonna get right into this. I did only one Amir Odom. I just said he was well known to the channel. I did one video on him, so we're gonna make that a whole lot of editing already in the first 2 sentences. We got a problem. Got a clear fam. You know how it is. Yes, we're gonna get right into that. Somebody who is technically an obese rapper. I'm doing the thing, I'm trying my thing. Haven't yet had the glow up, but my stuff is out there for the world to see. You want to check out my playlist down below. Get into the gig, as I say in the description. Music video playlist, as well as my full reaction video playlist down below. And yeah, let's get right into it.
What you want? What you need?
A bigger chair or something.
Is she already little?
We had
That's what I'm talking about. Good, this is the accommodation.
there you go.
Why are people becoming more fatphobic? It seems like this whole body positivity movement, fatphobia, all these things are on the rise, but why? In this video, we're going to discover why and get into a couple of different perspectives from the more plus size, bigger, and I guess medically obese people.
I like how we started that.
And then see if some scenarios that are going down in like the real world, if they're actually fatphobic or not. So again, if you like this kind of content, be sure to like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow a ton. And without further ado, let's dive right into this.
You been in cars that size?
Yes, I have. I've been in cars smarter than that, you know?
Deja Blanding tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit Lions watch party this month when her Lyft rolled up.
As I'm walking, I see him like making faces or whatever. I'm like, oh man.
She already knew.
I can fit in this car.
What do you mean?
You know you could not.
It's nice ways to say everything under the sun.
You guys, this is the video right here. This is why people are becoming more fatphobic, because the bigger people are, it's kind of like everything else we talk about. Like, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. And it's people like this that are this loud, this ignorant, and this brash to say, like, I can fit in any car, I'm not that big, yada, yada, yada. You're delusional. You could not fit in that car. You can barely fit in an SUV. From the fringe black people that we talk about, the fringe gay people, the fringe trans people, you got the fringe obese people, and it's making it hard for the regular, like, bigger people is trying to live their life. And I truly feel that if it wasn't for people like this, fatphobia and like this whole, I guess, just being not necessarily mean towards fat people, and we're just over it. We really are. Like, I'm tired of this society constantly feel like we need to accommodate everyone and everybody, but let's see what this person has to say.
America's a fat country.
He told her there's not enough room in his car.
The kicker part was when he started to talk about his tires. You know, I feel like that was a slap in the face. That was like my tires, you know, like.
The driver said his tires could not handle her weight.
Every big person you turn down because they can't fit in your car.
Is that necessary for the news to say that? Like,
You know what? I don't never have to order Uber XL.
You, girl, you're not like every other big person. No.
is that what they make you do if you're overweight?
He apologized, canceled the ride, and left her there. The rapper says she's pretty tough. Dank DeMoss, as she's known at the mic, is crushed by the whole situation.
I just want them to know,
be at the
like,
White House above the person that's there.
it really hurt my feelings.
It looks like a Lyft might be hurting pretty soon, too.
I knew it was illegal and I knew that it was wrong.
Her attorneys, John Marco and Zach.
I know that it was illegal and I know that it was wrong. Here's an example of, like, this is what comes to my mind. You have stairs in a business, right? Someone in a wheelchair cannot go upstairs. But per certain laws, you have to have ramps. You have to have some type of accessibility to, you know, be able to serve a patron. Cool. Not every car can accommodate someone with a wheelchair. On Uber and Lyft, you have the option to book a I don't know, special needs car.
This is
you
not
have the option
rocket
to book
science.
with the vans, with the little motorized lift and stuff. You have the option to do that. Not every car can do that. So just because not every car can accommodate wheelchair people, doesn't mean that all cars are discriminatory towards wheelchair people. This feels like mental gymnastics. This is how stupid our world has gotten. Girl,
This is
you
one
can barely
person.
fit in that chair that you're in, and this is to be mean. This is all just to be realistic about what's actually going on in our world and what people are
You're
dealing
not saying
with.
it to
And
be
this is
mean.
such a false lawsuit that should not be happening towards Lyft at all.
Zach Runyon say weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan by law.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, you know, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't want to have Christians in my car, or Muslims in my car. It's the same. Under the law, it's the same.
The lawsuit is filed.
I get, you know, even then that's a little different because I didn't choose to be black. Some people are choosing to be Christian. I get it. And people are choosing to be fat and large. But there's a difference between someone being black and someone being Christian that has nothing to do with their physical characteristics, right? But when you're obese, it has everything to do with your physical characteristics, and it's just a simple matter of the person cannot get into the car because they're so big. What? And it's unfortunate. It really is that the world has gotten to a place where this rapper feels it's valid to sue this company because this person didn't want you in their car. You're going to break something. I would be concerned about my tires too. The pressure going down, something scraping, something getting affected. Like you're weighing down the car.
None of that's necessary.
At that risk of breaking something. And the sad part is it takes a lot of work to be that big. Like if you're that big, you have to eat a lot. Just eating and eating and eating. When in reality, we all should be looking at food as fuel. Like you don't should be eating to fuel your body. It's okay to have like a nice dinner here and there and whatever, but like you should be eating healthy, eating quality food that's gonna fuel you, make you feel better, and it's gonna maintain your weight, if not make you look better. And if you want to cook at home more often, I highly recommend using today's sponsor, HelloFresh. If you don't know what HelloFresh is, it's a meal kit service that delivers you step-by-step recipes and fresh pre-portioned ingredients straight to your door.
I appreciate the health aspect that he's trying to get at here. Again, I question his motives because of the last video specifically and how he's been just kind of attacking lefties, so on and so forth, calling himself a normal gay. It's kind of hard to be on his side right now, especially this time in the country, but he's allowed to speak goodwill for nutrition, as I said in the last time when he did his HelloFresh.
Want to teach y'all that?
What you want? What you need?
A bigger chair or something.
Cause she already little. Sure.
You can't even fit in a chair at this studio. You had them wheel over a couch for you to sit on.
That's another incident?
Again, you couldn't sit in a chair. You had them get a couch.
Bigger people should be accommodated, just like we accommodate the LGBT community. You know, all those other communities. I just feel like
you can't equate me. Listen, you can't equate what I do behind a closed door to you not stopping food from coming into your mouth. You can't equate me living my life with a man, very peaceful, very mindful, to just over gluttonous, being like morbidly obese.
But she's saying that it's
not healthy whatsoever, and feel like you deserve all the accommodations because this world deserves to be built around all body types. The world is built around the average body type. You have to be like, you can be a little skinny and you can be a little big and like average, and like that's what our world is around.
What's the average in America?
Sense, even from like a making money standpoint, but like the world doesn't even accommodate the skinny people. You can't be too skinny, get on a roller coaster, you'll fly out. Hello, anorexia is a thing. Both anorexia and being morbidly obese are both bad, and it needs to be addressed. There's something that should be talked about in society, but being that big doesn't give you the right to demand the respect that a gay person gets or a black person gets. No, that is genuinely unhealthy, and people like this are why more average person are getting a little bit more homophobic and tired of the BS.
I'm not gonna sit here and say that being of any size whatsoever is healthy. No, this is coming from somebody who is overweight, who has suffered with their weight, and by that I mean has had a lot of struggles surrounding their weight and have had a lot of mental struggles surrounding that. A plethora of trials and tribulations, but I would definitely not say that. It's one thing to talk about health, right? It's really another thing to talk about it at all. It's the conversations that come up with this conversation specifically that I don't think need to be happening. Not on a public platform, certainly, but by a doctor. A doctor needs to be saying this to you personally. I can't recommend any diet for anybody in my audience because I don't know you, and I can't speak in a broad sense. I can't do that as it wouldn't be ethical. It wouldn't be right to give you all the wrong information. But he doesn't say the car is scratching the pavement, seats were caving in.
Back on this person and they're getting flack or being called fatphobic, this, that, and the other. No, being against this type of weight is not being fatphobic at all. It's actually being healthy because you're trying to be mindful
being
of
against
your weight and the things that are going on in your life.
Is how much people hate fat people.
It's not mentally healthy at all.
Just hate them. Like there's like this weird hatred it feels almost akin to racism.
This is not like racism, it is racism. Anti-fatness is rooted in anti-blackness. And the reason why people are pursuing thinness is because they're pursuing proximity to whiteness.
That is true. That is very true, actually. And he's gonna act like he knows what he's talking about.
Fatphobia is not racism. Fatphobia is just fatphobia. And fatphobia is scared of fat people. I'm not necessarily scared of fat people, but I am concerned. I am scared of fat. I'm scared for them and their health. I really am.
He said history.
It's actually not healthy. But to want to lose weight is not wanting to be skinny and then get in proximity to whiteness.
Of course, it's not exactly the same thing, but you're missing the point.
As if like there aren't white obese people.
Whatever the hell.
Why does everything have to do with race? This is so stupid. Stuff like this makes me fatphobic and racist. Like, I'm over it.
The reason why people hate fat people is because people hate black people, and appearing curvy or bigger is associated with blackness, especially black women.
No one has it. Do some people have an issue being curvier and bigger? Yes. The version, like what the early 2000s considered overweight and big, it's like normal now, let's be real. But like looking, I'm trying to
normal. It's been an issue in America.
I really am. But this person that's making the video, you are not.
It's also not the individual's fault all the time when we're talking about reasons why people in a population may be overweight, morbidly obese, what have you. I wouldn't say that that's something that we need to harp on the individual forever. You do not know her circumstance, boo. And I think that there's a lot of not only societal factors, but ways we were raised, conditioned by media and by, I guess that counts under societal factors. But you know what I mean. It has a lot to do with just being an American and being somebody in this culture. And I think the country and the government by itself needs to be the ones that looked at a little bit. Like, let's regulate some of that sugar. Let's regulate some of that sodium that's going out there. Like they did that with menthol cigarettes. Took the menthol out of the cigarettes. There was a whole uprising, but they done took it out because people voted for that to be the case, for cigarettes to be less appealing to the youth. It's a wider spread issue, and it's a systemic issue that is being addressed here. And he's just kind of overlooking the history that this person is going into. Yes, there is a lot of historic backing to fat phobia. Ways you could look at it in regards to black women and how they were seen, curviness and this and that, all plays a factor.
Actually, you look really big. There's a difference between being really big
versus like
thick and curvy. Like thick and curvy, whatever. When you're morbidly obese, that's when it becomes a problem.
I think the price you pay at the airport should be according to BMI. And I'm at the point where I'm like, so if my bag, as someone who's underweight according to BMI, slay, if my bag is 1 pound overweight, I have to pay $100. Yet the cast of the new TLC doesn't have to pay, and they'll accommodate them with extra seats. Like, I'm sorry, how is that fair?
Please let this be rage bait. Please let this be rage bait.
Definitely not rage bait, but I will say, I used to think like that. Like, okay, it makes no sense how I'm being charged more for an overweight bag, but like an overweight person is not being charged more. I have to look this up, but I feel like that charge in like your bag being overweight is due to the people having to lift up your bag. No one's having to lift up the fat person, like the plane is, but like no one's having, like, there's manual labor associated with your actual luggage. So when you're overweight, you're putting more work on someone else. When you're big, you're not really doing that.
No, you're not.
Like inconvenience. So I get the difference there, but I don't understand like that whole Southwest thing, how you can get a free ticket if you're big. On one end, it's like cool. I respect you not like squishing them next to somebody, but on the other end, I'm sitting here like, just lose weight. And why are you like losing out on money as a company? Because
are uncomfortable for me.
You want to accommodate this fat person.
Morbidly obese.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but unlike the suitcase you overstuffed with like shoes and handbags, fat people are humans, and accommodating them by allowing them to fly equitably with people in smaller bodies is a human rights issue. Fat people are literally stigmatized in every aspect of society.
You know what else is like stigmatized by fat people? Their own bodies. Their own bodies are stigmatized. When they're walking up a hill.
Who does that to them?
And they start huffing and puffing, their lungs are stigmatized. Their lungs are offended. The lungs are hurting. Okay?
That's a health issue. That's a health risk. They could be having respiratory illness.
Getting rashes from walking around too long. The ankles are getting crushed. When we talk about fat people being stigmatized in society, we have to understand the human body, their own human body is stigmatizing them. Heart attacks.
The steak cattiness for the fattiness is not working for me. We're going to move on back to the first part where the obese rapper was, and I think that I have commented on enough. I don't have to put myself through abuse, nor do I have to put everybody else through that. This is my channel. And that, my dear, was reacting to Amir Odom. So much anger there, and I've said that before. This seems like a lot of stuff that he's gone through. I can't downplay the position of a queer black person in America. We all need to be just more together in general. This is a deep issue, and it's a deeper issue in Amir that he needs to face within himself. I hope you have a nice day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.